Hello and a very warm welcome as Max wins the Canadian Grand Prix and he will be the champion of 2022. Carlos Sainz really should be winning this Grand Prix and big questions need to be asked about the Spaniard. Probably his best chance to win a race and yeah, he seems a bit of a bottler, does Sainz. Can't get that win over the line. Lewis Hamilton back on the podium. Positive, but let's not be getting too carried away. Yeah, a pretty average race actually, I thought. I didn't think it was a classic, but it wasn't terrible. It was like just in the middle. We had a very clean start. Kevin Magnussen had to box with a little bit of wing damage. He stayed out for a lot of laps, but then was told by the FIA to come in. McLaren have a horror stop. And then Yuki Tsunoda, 1 foot 1. 1 foot 1, he makes a huge error, comes out the pit, slides it in the barrier. And then a full safety car came out. That closed up the field. Exciting last couple of laps, but it didn't really live up to it. Fastest lap, Carlos Sainz. Race rating, I'll give it 5 out of 10. And star, I'll give it Lance Stroll. Points at his home Grand Prix. So, yeah. Well done to Lance Stroll. Yeah, there's some standouts there. Max delivered once again under pressure. Charles Leclerc all the way up to 5th. Good points for Guan Yu Zhou finally. But yeah, let's give it Stroll. A lot of people like to bash him. Home Grand Prix is delivered. So yeah, let's get into the order. It's P1 Max. He will be the champion of 22. Sees off the pressure from Carlos. Carlos should be winning that race. And Max has controlled it. Yeah, just an easy. Just too easy for him at the minute. P2, Carlos Sainz. And he is becoming a bit of a bottle job. Yeah, serious questions need to be asked about Carlos Sainz. He's in a Ferrari, a very good car. The win's on the table. DRS every lap. Couldn't get the move done. And yeah, still can't win a race. Yeah, I mean, he's in a very good Ferrari. If he can't win in that Ferrari. Yeah. P3, Lewis Hamilton. Back on the podium. It is his track, Canada. I think George would have beat him in quali yesterday. But George fucked up. And Lewis didn't. It's P3. Yeah, not getting too carried away. When we came into this weekend, we expected Lewis to do well round here. And yeah, I definitely think it was, it was a bit strange at the end because they were on similar tyre life and then George was like 4 seconds back. So did they call it off Mercedes or not? P4, George Russell keeps up his consistent record of finishing in the top 5. A bit odd. George was, Lewis pitted and then George was maybe going to go to the end. He then said on the radio, "Are you sure these tyres are going to make it to the end?" Then they pitted him straight after. Then I thought we were finally going to get a race between them, but it didn't materialise. Did Mercedes call it off? Let's see what happens regarding that. They probably won't tell us. But I bet Lewis will jump out the car like a salmon now. No backs, and they won't apologise to George on the radio. And even if they have, I'd have missed it anyway because I'm doing my video. P5, Charles Leclerc. Yeah, good fight back by Charles. Got stuck behind Ocon, very frustrating for him. I thought he would have got a bit closer to the podium than that myself, but yeah, strong drive. P6, Esteban Ocon. Held Charles Leclerc up for long periods. And Alpine actually called team orders. Alonso's been streaks ahead of Ocon. P7, Fernando Alonso, won't be happy with that. Team orders called. He started 2nd and he finishes up 7th and behind his teammate. He's going to be furious, given he was the faster driver. P8, Valtteri Bottas, strong race. P9, Guan Yu Zhou, happy for him. No reliability. And finally, he gets some reliability. P10, Stroll. A lot of people like to bash him. Home Grand Prix, he gets in the 1 point. Very strong. 11th, Daniel Ricciardo, McLaren cocked up with the pit stops. P12 Vettel, he's under investigation for a safety car infringement. Will probably get a penalty. P13 Alex Albon. Not much to say about Albon. 14th Gasly, shocking race. 15th Norris. He was down on power using had to change his engine and the horror pit stop. 16th Latifi. 17th Magnussen. His race was done after the wing change. Perez out. Mick Schumacher out. Perez was like transmission. Mick Schumacher pulled off, same place. And Yuki, that's a big error. There we have it. Max wins the Canadian Grand Prix. And yeah, wow, he's going to be the champion. Join me for driver ratings tomorrow. Comment down below. Adios.